Hi there, today we're going to do some bar work. I'm trying to get some flowy movement into a lower body exercise in the Pilates studio. We have a lot of fun with these gliders, but if you don't have that at home, you really can get the same benefit on a hardwood floor or a smooth floor with socks. So the one thing I will say is that when you're doing exercises, you have a standing leg, the one that doesn't move, and then the working leg. I suggest that you lift the heel up like we would on the glider. We would keep the heel off the glider for stability. Lift the heel up on that sock so that you have some stability. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to face our chair. And as always, we're going to stand up nice and tall and straight. Feel the energy drawing you up towards the ceiling from the crown of your head. And then we're going to go into a lunge, okay? So you're going to have feet facing parallel. And let's go back, okay? So what you want to feel here is feeling this standing leg pressing evenly throughout into the earth. When you come up, you're probably going to press into the heel because your weight's going to be a little further back. Pressing into the heel is activating the glute, okay? So that's good. But pressing with the rest of your foot, the front of your foot is going to activate those muscles around the knee, which are really important for stability. Let's do 4 more of these. I'm starting to feel the friction on my socked foot. I suppose if you wanted to take some weight off this back leg and really make it all the emphasis on the front leg, you could do tippy toes. That's quite difficult, but go for it if you're looking for a challenge. Last one here. Okay, let's do some circles. So you can see I'm still facing, hips are facing forward in the direction I'm looking. I'm not moving open. I'm trying to keep the pelvis still as I do that Pilates type leg circle here. Like a ballerina out to the side, that's 10. Let's bring it back in. Really feeling the deep hip rotators working in this exercise, continuing to breathe and stand up tall on that standing leg. Okay, I think that's even. Now we're going to turn feet forward, and with this heel, I'm going to try and drive this heel out to the side. I'm going to push this forward for you so that you can see. So you see I'm trying to lead with the heel. And the reason for that is, again, I want to activate the medial glute, okay? So really feeling that activation, and try not to just let the leg drop, but really slowly working the muscles in both directions as the leg comes down. Breathing. And 2 more here. Let's see if we can get an inner thigh exercise in here. I'm going to slightly bend the standing leg and then drawing that outside leg back in, okay? You can take off your hands from the chair in almost every position to make it a balanced challenge. So I want to feel those inner thighs coming together here, the energy drawing together, feeling as if I'm dragging that leg through mud. Again, we don't want the knees going over the toes in any of these exercises. Let's just do 3 more of those. I need to work my inner thigh more. It really gets neglected. And last one. And our last exercise is going to be a curtsy lunge, okay? So that's where you come back and forward. So again, with this one, try to keep yourself facing forward. I really like to keep hands on the chair in this one because sometimes you can collapse through the chest, but keeping the hands on the chair forces you to remain open and upright in the torso. These are tricky. Pressing into that heel as you come up, all the way up, straightening the leg. 2 more. last one. Wish I'd turned on the air conditioning. Okay, let's do the other side. So I'll give you a side. So I'm going to replace the sock on this heel because that's going to be the working leg, and then this is going to be the standing leg on this side. Okay, so what do we start off with? We lunge back. Hopefully I have enough room here in my new space. So lunging back, leg should come straight back. You'll see the knee is behind the toes. Trying to keep that knee over the ankle. You can take hands off if you like. Just try to stay upright in the torso. Good posture, keep breathing. Shoulders away from ears. How many did we do? I feel like we did 20. Are we halfway there? I think we're at least halfway there. Let's do 6 more. And 4 more. And last 2, pressing into that heel as we come up. Alrighty. Okay. Let's shake it off with some leg circles. Standing up tall. With Pilates, we're always thinking about lengthening, which helps with our posture and our erector spinae, posterior chain muscles. Try not to waggle too much here in the pelvis. I'm going to go in the opposite direction now. That I find a little more tricky. That's where I feel like there's a spot right here where everything goes a little bit haywire. But continuing to activate the deep abdominal muscles to keep the pelvis in a neutral position. And breathing. Okay, from here, we made sure that the feet were parallel and then we turned that heel out, okay? So we're doing those leg lifts. I definitely need to hold on to the chair for this one. You can be soft in the standing leg, okay? The standing leg doesn't have to be having grabbing at the knee. Keep it soft, but stay upright. Think of lengthening down into the floor and up into the ceiling at the same time. And slow on the downswing here. Breathing. We're almost through. Let's do 3 more good ones. 2 and 3. Okay, and then we did the inner thigh one. So this bends a little bit, and then we sweep that leg back together. Sweeping. So I have to stick my butt out to make sure that my knee doesn't go over my toes. And drawing those legs together again. Activating those inner thigh muscles all the way up to the pelvic floor, lifting. Let's do 8 more of these. 5 more. Last one. And then we're going to finish off with that curtsy lunge. So the leg comes back and behind you. It curves behind, okay? This one's really going to get into the outer thigh on that standing leg. Don't forget to face forward. Keep hold of your chair for balance. It's almost like I'm dragging on my baby toe. It's very hard to keep all of my toes in contact with the floor, and that's because my toes are not very flexible. We're all different in that regard. Whew. Continuing to look upright. No collapsing in the torso. Let's do 5 more. All the way up. And last one. Okay, you're going to get your mat and we're going to come down to the floor for the last few exercises. Okay, so for the last section, you see that I have folded my mat in half. That's because we're going to leave half of the floor space free for the first 2 exercises to be able to make our legs move. So you still have your socks on. You can pull them up on both heels. It doesn't matter anymore because you're not going to fall. And then you're going to come down onto straight arms. So just like with plank, you want your shoulders over your wrists here. So coming up into a plank position, we're going to do some mountain climbers. Okay, so you can do this at your own pace, but you see it's a lot nicer, this flowing motion when you can glide. Okay, so after you feel like you got that down, trying to keep your butt down, you can pick up the pace a little and really go. Let's do 20. Ten more. Whew, I have definitely polished the floor with those ones. Okay, from here, let's go back up into a plank. And then what you're going to do is you're going to sweep your leg up towards a foot, okay? So we're going to start on the right side and then move to the left. So from plank, we sweep, and you can even get a stretch here if you like, and back. Sweep, and back. Sweep, and back. Sweep, and back. Let's do 8 more per side. Continuing to breathe, and keeping the butt low. Not everybody's going to be able to bring their foot to the wrist. We're all different in terms of flexibility. Okay, one more here. And whew. And these come down for a much deserved rest. Whew. Okay, one final exercise. You don't need to put your mat down because you'll find hips and everything rests on the upper part of the mat. All right, whew, a little bit of perspiration. So what we're doing here is start off with your feet. You can rest your head, but start off on tippy toes so you'll see that my knees are off the floor here, okay? So we're gonna do heel lifts. Make sure you get into the right position so you're pressing your pubic bone into the mat. We don't wanna have a sway back here. All right, so when we lift, we are lifting right from the glute. So let's do 20 per side, okay? I'm starting off with the right leg. Head can be down. Upper body's not doing anything at all here. Just resting. And you're driving that long, strong, straight leg up to the ceiling. Okay. I think we're mostly there. And we're gonna go to pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's do 20 little pulses, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Let's go to the other leg. You'll find, perhaps, that there is a difference between the legs. For me, I have some issues with the hip on this side. I know that my glute is not as strong on this side, so I find that I can't raise my leg as much. There's some restriction in the movement there. Our bodies are asymmetrical. 10 more. Really thinking about the glute as you lift that leg towards the ceiling. And then get ready, we're going to do little pulses, 20 of them. 1, last 10. 4, 3, 2, 1. One last exercise. You're going to raise both of your legs and we're going to tap. Tap, 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 tap. Let's tap 30 more times. And 20 more times. And 10 more times. that's it. Thanks for joining me.